watch our own. Put the guns down, youngins. Life's about fun and hate to see.
To do, but today is a special day. So I'm gonna have look, I brought the flowers, y'all know I just started this. Today is the gun violence show. I'm gonna have moms in the studio that have lost their sons to the hands of a gun. And they're gonna be sharing their story with me. We're gonna go through some memories. We gonna laugh, we may cry. It's a heavy show today, but it's gonna be a great moment. They're gonna share how they turned their pain into power. So I'm excited about that. And then I been in inboxes. I've been doing some last minute things. I got Murder Free joining me in the building. I'm so excited about that. So look, I get super duper hype when people give me their time, right? So I'm gonna invite this young lady up. I met her through her inbox, but I love everything she's doing with her organization. And because I don't know so much about it, and you know, the show must go on, I'm gonna ask her to come up and join me up here and tell us a little bit about yourself, your organization. I'm gonna scoot down. And yeah, you can sit right there in the middle.
Hello, everyone. My name is Sade Wright. I'm the co-founder of the Wright Family Foundation. I have a nonprofit. I'm based out of Ward 7 and 8 in the District of Columbia.
Okay. And so, tell us about your organization.
So, my husband, when he was incarcerated, he did 11 years. He was trying to figure out what field he was going to come out and do. So he basically told me to do some research on nonprofit. So we started dealing with the homeless shelters. So we was going to the homeless shelters like on New York Avenue and things like that. And we were donating clothes. We would make food and things to that nature and go out in the streets with the homeless people. But I felt like my passion was youth. So I started a Teen Summit program. I partnered with Martha's Table. Shout out to Martha's Table. They believed in me. They let me rent their space for free.
Look at God.
I brought 13 teens together. I had people come out and speak, coaches, single dads. I had relatives come out, financial coaches come out and basically give them their opinion on life and explains to them how they came from the streets and the projects, and basically it don't matter where you come from, it's what path you take. So I started dealing with the teens, but what made me start dealing with youth gun violence, I was at a cookout. I was actually having a cookout for the loss of my twins. Me and my husband, we lost twins back in July, and everyone's phone was going off. It was like everyone's phone was going off at the same time. And the reason why their phone was going off because the 11-year-old was gunned down. So it kind of like, messed up the whole mood. So the next day when, we seen his mom and we found out, who his mom was, we was like, no, we have to do something. So now we was going to use our platform to bring people out so they could understand, you know what I'm saying? It's not about snitching because I'm from the streets. I don't believe in snitching, but I believe from how I was raised, no children and no women are to be,
touched.
is to be touched. So, to see a mom sit there and scream, like that, that's just, a feeling no one, want to hear. So, we did a peace rally with NARC, Murder Free DC. It was a couple of, other organizations came together. And to see how strong she was, not to discredit no other grieving mothers, but to see her grieve like that. She didn't have no lipstick on, no lip gloss. Her hair wasn't done. She was actually a grieving, mother. And she was just basically saying, I did too much for this community, to take my baby from me. So I was like, oh no, we have to do something. So my goal was to shed the light on other things what people wasn't doing. I wanted to do things different. So I said, well, man, my husband, we're going to do a peace rally and we're going to end up at the police station because at this point, you all come into the community, you jack these young men, parents up, and they see nothing but bad. But how do you expect for the community to come to you if you don't have a relationship with the community? So we ended at 7th District, and I made sure that we got all white shirts to come out so we could be able to, voice our opinion, so they could be able to understand. But I still feel like that the police didn't understand where we was coming from. So I said, well, you know what? I'm going to do another rally, but this rally is going to be different because 7th District can't give us no answers, but the homicide unit can. So I said, you know what? I reached out to a couple of parents that I knew who children was murdered, but the city don't know about it. It's so many children in the District of Columbia that has been, gunned down, and we don't know about it because they don't talk about it. So I got them together. I asked them, can they bring their family out? Can they have posters of their children's face so we could demand answers? Because it's ridiculous to hear that they're reaching out to detectives. No response. No detectives is giving them no information. They're telling them what the streets is saying, and they're still not helping. So it's not about snitching at this time. It's about children are getting murdered. And how would you feel if you went to work and you come home and you get a call that your child was murdered?
I mean, I sit and think, I have one mom just showed up. Her name is Tawanda Adams. I'm so, to welcome you to the Buzy With B show. I'm grateful for you to come and share your story with us. But that is one of the things that helped me, and why I started the show was because of gun violence. I was just tired of seeing us being gunned down. And one particular, I want to send, we passed the anniversary of Mekhi Wilson. I will always be grateful for having that story on my show. It's 3 years now, but it seemed like for every year since Mekhi has been gone, it's been her, 3 years, and then it was Karan Brown.
Sure it's not 2 years. Has it been 2 years?
I think it's been 3. It's been 2.
2.
It's been 2. 2 years. Karan Brown last year,
and then this.
So that's what it is.
Yeah,
and it's all around this same time. This can't be the new norm.
Mekhi got gunned down in my neighborhood. I was raised in Clay-Surs. But the sad part about it is she wasn't the first juvenile that was gunned down. It was a 14-year-old coming home from school, maybe like 5-6 years before that. And all AKs, they got out the car, AKs spraying just like how they did with Mekhi.
Wow.
And he got gunned down, didn't do nothing, just coming home from school. And guess what? How was they able to come around in the same neighborhood and do it the exact same way? And the police is not doing nothing about it. But you could go in these neighborhoods and jack up these hustlers and, do all of that. What about these murderers that are with these high ammunition, powerful guns?
And so tell someone how they can find your organization.
I could be reached on Instagram, right, WRIGHT_family_foundation. I also could be reached on Instagram. That is, on Facebook, Right Family Foundation in Washington, District of Columbia. I also will be holding my second peace rally at the DC Homicide Division. It would be grateful if anyone who lost a child, lost a loved one under the age of 21 in the District of Columbia, and you have not found justice and you want answers, it's very important that you come out tomorrow. That is the homicide unit in the southwest area in Washington District of Columbia at 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock.
Please bring pictures. Please bring questions. Write down all your questions now so you won't forget them.
All right, don't beat me there. What did it say? Don't meet me there, beat me there. All right, so thank you so much.
No problem.
Again.
I also wanted to give you a book. My daughter, she's 8 years old. She has ADHD. She wrote, this is her first book. Her second book she's working on is about the quarantine, but she said she don't want to do that no more. She want to do her second book on gun violence. So.
Okay. All right, we gonna check this out. I mean, anytime, look, you creating them young. That's what's up. I can't wait.
And she has the Instagram, Pretty Brown Girl with ADHD, Brielle Hebron.
I love it. All right, I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna give it to my girls. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
You enjoy the rest of your day.
Yes, thank you. So again, look, you gotta be ready to pivot. You got the show must go on. You gotta be able to pivot. But like I said, a lot of times I'm reaching out. I'm in inboxes at the last minute. I'm always creating a story in my head. I'm always working. The point of the show is, having moms in the studio, and we're not gonna live in the moment of just being sad and depressed, but we're gonna celebrate the life. We're gonna share some memories, but I want you to tell your story. So I want Tawanda Adams to come up She's the first mom here. Another mom texted me, let me know she's running behind. But your son passed in, 2006? 15. So come up here. Sit right here. You the star of the show.
Oh.
You sit in my seat.
Okay. Hello. Let me get myself a little comfortable.
Okay. So again, the topic of the show is gun violence. I met Tawanda through work, and she approached me, and I was okay. I would love you to come on and share your story. So I mean, again, the topic is gun violence, and just tell us about your son. Let us get to know him.
Okay. Chris is he's extra. He's funny. He's an outgoing guy. Everybody loved him. He played basketball. He played all sports: basketball, t-ball, football. He played everything. He's a sports kind of guy. Mm-hmm. Chris will keep you laughing. He had jokes for days. He's my best friend. He's just everything. Chris was just everything. He's still everything.
Right. Tell me about that tragic day.
Normally, Chris usually texts me and says, hey, put the key in the window. I'm hanging out with friends, blah, blah, blah. When he's coming in late. He had went to Miami, and 4 days, this is his first time ever going on a trip by himself.
And how old was he?
He was 19. No, he was 20.
20 at the time.
He's 20 at the time. He was 20 at the time. It was his first time going on a trip. He's been home from school. He was at the studio with some friends. You know how a mother's intuition, like, I wasn't on Instagram or anything like that, but I made up a make-believe Instagram just to follow him. You know what I mean? Because he wouldn't tell me, like, stuff that he was doing. Once he started getting older and he got into college, he just, like, started being a different person,
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of, like, created a little Instagram and just was, like, stalking his page because it wasn't private.
That's what moms do.
So that night, I think, like, about 1 o'clock. Like, let me turn back. Let me go back a little bit. He had went to Miami, and 4 days later is when it happened.
Okay.
So being as though I work a lot, me and him didn't get a lot of interaction together because I was constantly at work.
Okay.
So it was like a come and go type thing.
Okay.
So that night I was up and I was like, okay, it's 1 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning. No Chris, no text, no nothing. And then 4:30 in the morning, I get this bang at the door, and they were like banging, banging, banging. So I got up and I went to the door, and then 2 police was there, and they said, do you know, are you Chris Adams' mom? And I was like, yes. And me, I don't give any information. I'm the type of mother, like I stand behind. I don't care if my kid's right, wrong, or indifferent.
PJ,
I'm standing behind my kid. So they were asking me questions. Do I know?
Adams.
So I was like, yes. And they was like, well, can we come in? And I was like, what for? And when they came in, they were saying, do you have any pictures of Chris? And I was like, yes. And I was like, why? And they was like, he just got murdered. And excuse me, because it's still, I fight for him every day. Every day. It's like, it's hard for me, but his friends are the ones that keep me alive, that keep me going, that keep me smiling. He's one of Chris's friends.
Wow, that's crazy.
He is one of Chris's friends.
Wow.
And they keep me going. They check on me. They take me out to dinner. They keep me going. If it wasn't for his friends, he has a great group of friends that really, I adore so much. I took them in as my sons because they check on me so much. And they tell me, because I was trying to think that I wasn't a good mom, or I did something wrong, or It wasn't that. And they was like, no, Miss Adams, you did everything right. It was just he was in the wrong place at the wrong time. He was coming from the studio. He met Rob in college, I believe. I'm not too particularly sure, but he met Rob, and him and Rob hung out together. And I don't mean to say Rob's name on it, but
It's okay.
he met Rob, and him and Rob was at the studio. After the studio, he went to take Rob home, which Rob lived on Jefferson Street. As he was taking Rob home, I don't know what transpired from the time they left the studio to him stopping on 8th and Jefferson. He stopped on 8th and Jefferson at a stop sign. And
this story,
shot.
I remember it. It made the news. Was it like an attempt robbery?
Yeah, it was an attempt robbery. But honestly, they did not take anything. Chris had his money. He had money in his pocket. He had money in his trunk. He had his cell phone. They didn't take anything but my son's life.
Wow.
They spared Rob's life because how the story was told to me was they were driving. Chris stopped at the stop sign. Rob was looking at his phone. As he was looking at his phone, he heard the back door open. When the back door opened, he heard the gunshots. Rob said he never actually looked up to see who was opening the doors. Which, your first instinct, if you're in the passenger seat, Chris is in the driver's seat, if someone opens up the back door, your first instinct is to look back. That's anybody. That's just that's my perception of it. But he said he was in his phone. He didn't see it. So he said when he heard the first gunshot, he ran to 7th and Kennedy. When he ran to 7th and Kennedy, he went to go get the police. By the time the police got there, they had shot Chris twice. One in the back of his head and one in the torso. And he died on the spot. Since then, the next day, there was a woman who actually saw everything that happened. When she saw everything that happened, she pointed out she knew every last person that was there. So they arrested the guy, which it's in the paper, it's in the news. His name is Spook, Glenn Walker. They arrested him. We started trial. Glenn kept saying that he wasn't the actual shooter. He was saying that someone else was the shooter. But the lady specifically said it was him. Glenn's mother lied 5 different times. Said that, he had on some New Balances, then he didn't have on a New Balance. He was with his girlfriend, then he wasn't with his girlfriend. He went to go take his girlfriend a teddy bear. It was just too many different stories.
Right.
So the lady who actually saw it, she was buying crack from Glenn Walker.
Oh.
That's how she was able to see. She was in the alleyway waiting for Glenn to make a transaction. But they couldn't use her as a credible witness because she had extorted money from the government in the past. And because she was schizophrenic or something like that, where they put her in witness protection program, but she kept asking for money and money. So they didn't find her credible.
Wow.
So a week before Chris's birthday, in June 2016, they released Glenn. And Glenn is free. The relationship that I have with both of my children, as a parent, I just can't sit. Because especially that Chris being my only boy and just everything that he and I shared, I just can't sit home and just not do anything. So I went out one day, and I think I sent you a picture of it, and I was posting pictures on Kennedy Street, on Jefferson Street. I was doing it by myself. As I was doing that, there's a store on Kennedy Street. It's called Tony's. So I was right in front of Tony's because normally Chris would go to Tony's and get a burger and get his tea or whatever. So I went there and just to put the reward picture up. And as I was putting the reward picture up, me and Glenn was coming out of Tony's. And we had eye contact for like a minute. And we both stared at each other. You know, as a mother's instantly, like your head or my head was thumping. It was just like it couldn't stop. I just started bawling, crying because in my heart, I just knew that my son was just telling me, that's him, Mom. You know what I mean? Or even if it wasn't him, he had something to do with it. Mm-hmm. So when we had contact, I didn't do anything. I just went back to my car and I grabbed my Bible and I just prayed. He didn't do anything to me or anything like that. I just went back to my car. I prayed, got the Bible out. I called my mom and then I called my daughter. And everybody was like, well, why are you going around by yourself? Why are you doing this by yourself? But as a mom, losing a child, it's the most hurtful thing.
Yeah.
It hurts. And I try. And I mean, I was in a black hole, like, until 2018. It was just home and bed.
What is some of the things, like, the moms that I have coming, I believe she's going to make it, but she just lost her son 3 weeks ago. And when I say to see her strength, mm-hmm. her tenacity, it's just, I can never sit here and say, I can imagine what you're going through. I never want to imagine that. You know what I mean?
I don't think anyone could fathom.
Yeah. Like turning your pain into power. How some of the things? How do you turn it
into power?
Yeah, how do you turn it?
What I do is I lean on God. I lean on Him. Like, I wasn't into church as much, but let me tell you, when Chris, and it's sad to say, but that's when you really get on your knees and you just ask God, you just ask Him to lead you in the right direction, show you, and that's what happened to me. I started going through all Chris's stuff and started reading different stuff that he would write. Mm-hmm. And then I started like talking to friends, and his friends were like, you know, just talking to me, saying, hey, let's do this, let's do that. Mm-hmm. And it just boosted my spirit. Mm-hmm. It boosted my spirit. And they was like, don't stop fighting.
No, you can never stop the fight. You know, I thought I sent all the pictures that I wanted to send to the studio, but I don't know where they got lost in translation. But I had some pictures of you at the grave site.
Always.
I had some pictures of you holding the sign up. And,
he was there. He was I believe he was at the grave site a couple of times. We had a cookout. We had a barbecue at the grave site.
Wow.
I think his first year. We had a barbecue at the gravesite, and I know it's kind of like ghetto or whatever, but
it's whatever you need to do. Like it's no wrong and right. Like it's really no rules to just doing what you need to do to heal. You know, it's really no rules as long as you're not breaking the law. You know, but it's no rules to.
Yeah, like his friends. I'm telling you, like his friends are everything.
How do you feel about seeing the Black Lives Matter movement, and it's so many people being totally like just gunned down, in our own community. And I try not to do the two, I try not to compare two different issues together, but this is just like very important because we screaming Black Lives Matter, but do it, and who does it matter to?
I believe all lives matter, honestly. I believe all lives matter, and I believe that unsolved murders matter. Okay. I believe that
because Chris murder has still not been solved.
Yes, Chris murder has not been solved. So it went unsolved. DC right now has countless unsolved murders.
But how do you feel? And this is going to be a tough question, guys, and everyone may not even agree with this. I mean, but I'm not comparing. But the question is, we see, when the 11-year-olds get killed, we see when the younger people get killed in gun violence situations. And then we have, your son who is 20. Another mom's that's coming today. Her son is 20. But you see, when the older kids get killed, their murders continue to be unsolved.
So let me say this. In 2015, we had 162 murders. 162 murders. Chris was 20 years old, and he was the 20th murder.
Oh, look at him. He's so handsome.
This is just my theory, and I fought with the Councilman Todd. Me and Councilman Todd had our thing. Kathy Lanier at the time was very supportive. I don't think, and I know that they don't, they focus more on children. They don't focus more on young adults, people that's 20 years and older.
Okay.
They don't, they won't move as fast enough. They say,
I wanted to ask you that question.
They don't move fast enough. And it's like, hey, we're working on your case. We're working on it. We got it right here. We're working on it. That's what they keep telling you. Mm-hmm. They'll keep telling you that to appease you. But in actuality, excuse my language, they ain't doing shit. Mm-hmm. And I fight every day. I send letters to the commander, Chief News. They know me by name.
So today what I did was I invited different organizations to the studio. We got Murder Free here, and I had another young lady. But I'm going to kind of tie you guys into organizations that's in the community that can give you guys resources, or at least bring people together to kind of fight for the same cause. So like I said, I'm always...
And then, a lot of times they go for different wards. My son got murdered in Ward 4. Now, sometimes they focus on Ward 7, because Ward 7, I believe, have a lot of murders. Okay. So they don't, it's like they pick and choose what ward and what person they want to help.
Definitely, like this show, what we're going to do is we're going to bring calls to it. A lot of times, I've had Trey on here, and we've kind of seen instant results. So, like I said, we're going to partner with organizations. This is not the end. This is just the beginning of a relationship, bringing moms together who have lost their sons or lost their daughters to gun violence. Bringing them together, partnering with other people. Like my part is wanting to spoil you guys and wanting to get you spa days and continue to do like prayer and meditation and just putting you around other women so that I will never understand your pain. You get what I'm saying? Right. So what I'm going to do is, because I shouldn't be biased, but I love her. Donnice just arrived to the building. I'm going to take a commercial break. Guys, look. I'm going to take a commercial break. So if you want to do some ads with your girl, Buzy With B, it's a section for that, guys. So help me continue to grow, continue to glow, to continue to be a part of the community, to continue to do exactly what I love. And send me your ads. Advertise with me. So a quick commercial break, and then I'll be right back with Donnice Duncan. getting busy with me. I'm too busy being beautiful, loving and free.
Getting busy with B, getting busy with B. She too busy being beautiful, it's busy to be. We busy being busy, baby, that's the way it should be.
I tune into my station, baby, and get busy with B.
Getting busy with B, getting busy with B. We busy being brilliant, breaking down your issues with B. The best of being busy, baby, that's the way it should be.
I tune into my station, baby, and get busy with B.
What we talk about, we can talk it out. Latest news, advertisement, what we barking about. Charity, celebrity, what we talk about. Therapy, prosperity, what we talk about. I'm from the nation cap, home of the next. We waiting on you, babies, baby, best believe it. We losing our youth to black on black violence with straps. Can't depend on politicians, gotta watch our own back. Put the guns down, youngest. Life's about fun and hate to see us coming.
What is going on, guys? We are back right here on the Buzy With B show, and this guest particularly is special to me. We really grew up together. We really are family. We need to just say it what it is. We share like our child's fathers are brothers. So we kind of grew up in like crazy. So, but at the end of the day, it's just hit home to me when I saw it, and I just feel like as I was getting older, this young lady right here, let me tell you, we grew up together and we wasn't always tight or like the closest friends or anything like that. But as I started getting older, I follow her on social media. I think she like one of the dopest, realest people. I've been trying to get her on the show forever. I just want to be clear on that, because when I tell you her personality is so opposite from mine. She say some of the stuff that I wish I could say. So when I tell you, I was just falling in love with her as a woman, as of just, I'm going to do and say whatever, and it is what it is type of thing. And then when I saw what I saw some weeks ago, and I'm just like, really? But then to continue to see your strength through this all has given me strength. You give everybody strength. But first of all, I'm gonna let Donnice, her name is Donnice. She wanna be called Donnice what, Dolly? Donnice Dolly, okay? I want you guys to hear just like her story. Cause like I said, we've been friends forever. And I'm excited to have her on the show. And go ahead. Introduce yourself and tell us about your son.
Oh, I'm Donnice. My son was killed 3 weeks ago, actually. Yesterday made 3 weeks. He was 20 years old and high school graduate on his way to make something, to become something.
Show the picture.
His death done a lot to me and my children because it's always just been us 5. Mm-hmm. We trying to move forward with our lives because we know that's what he want. And he told my oldest son, like, keep pushing with your clothing line. And, like, he always wanted better for his family. Mm-hmm. So all his family. So, like, he was loved by everybody. And it's just like, it was just messed up.
I want you to tell us about the day that changed your life, if you don't mind.
I just came from the grocery store, and he walked up to my car, and he said, like he always asks, he was like, "Mom, what's up? What you on?" And I was like, "Boy, what you on? Like, get the groceries out the car." So he got the groceries out the car, and he went upstairs, and he came back down to get the rest, and I was like, my last words to him was, "No, don't get the rest of those groceries. Anthony Wild, ASS, gonna get the rest of those groceries." So he waited right there with me till my other son came down. And my other son came down and got the groceries, and he said, his last words to us was like, "All right, I'm gonna see y'all." And my youngest son watched him as he walked across the street, and I watched my youngest son wondering like why he looking at my son like that. And like 15 minutes later, I went in the house. I usually just sit in my car for like an hour just to clear my head and listen to my music, but I went straight upstairs because I was pressed to make some sweet potatoes. And I went upstairs and put the groceries up and put my sweet potatoes on, and my youngest son ran out to me and my daughter like, "Did y'all hear those gunshots?" So we had we were going back and forth if they were gunshots or fireworks. And they ran to the window, which they were gunshots. They ran to the window. We still didn't know at that moment. And I usually call my son when I think it's gunshots. I call his phone and be like, hey, where you at? You okay? But I didn't do that because I thought it was fireworks. And my oldest son pulled up, and my youngest son and my daughter they go crazy Tony. So when he pulled up, the second one, the one that's gone now, he was down the street, laying down the street, shot up. But my oldest son didn't even see him neither. So when he came in the house, someone started screaming my name in my building, telling me that he was shot and down the street on the ground. So when I ran downstairs and went out the door, I seen him laying down on the ground, so I ran to him. And I actually used the bathroom on myself. Like, my whole body went numb. And he was shot before in 2017 in his head, but this feeling was a different feeling. Like, it was a different feeling. And I actually watched him, like me and all four, my other 3 children. We was there when he passed.
Wow. A lot of times with gun violence, people don't really understand like the effect on families, both families. I mean, just the community. And I guess I'm gonna ask you the same question I asked Tawanda. I got chills, y'all. I mean, trying to I gotta keep it together, right? Mm-hmm. But I'm gonna ask you the same question. We watched Micaiah Wilson, Karan Brown, Maurice Scott. I can name them all, the younger people, and their murders are solved. I mean, quickly sometimes. You know, they go hard after the younger people that pass away. Do you feel the same about your son?
Yeah, I do. I actually wrote a post about that last week, and it was like my friend Crystal just lost her 11-year-old, but it was nothing against her. It was just how I felt the police and the mayor handle killings with older children, because they are still children. Yeah. They're young adults. They aren't grown. They're 20 years. He was 20. And I actually wrote a post on Facebook like, I'm not looking for them to solve my son's murder, because like they go harder for children because the light is on them when the younger child dies. Like it's right there on them waiting. Like, what y'all gonna do this, baby? Because they know it's easy for them to lose their jobs or anything. People gonna come for their necks if they don't look out for the babies. So I wasn't expecting them to find my son murderer. Even though everybody, it was on video, like I didn't expect it. It's on video? Yeah, but I didn't expect it, but they did. But I still feel a certain type of way about other children that's my son's age, because like that 19-year-old girl, like it's so many other children other than him who lost their lives, who they really don't pay that much attention to their deaths, and I feel some type of way. And it's like it doesn't get to you until it hits home. Yeah. And when it hits home and it's done to your family, then it's like, then it's an eye opener. Okay. Like, this is what's really going on. Are they really going to look for this murderer?
Whew. So again, I wanted to definitely ask that question. I wanted to put it out there in the universe. I wanted to put it out there to the community. And I see you guys marching and you coming together, you protesting, you doing everything, saying Black Lives Matter. But when are we going to take our community back? When are we going to get out there? And I mean, I know all this snitching and all, whatever. You know what I'm saying? We need to save lives. We need to take our streets back. We need to get out there. Like, what are you... Like, let me not go on a rant. But I'm really emotional. I'm not trying to take it, personal, but just, like, really hits home for me. And I'm just grateful that I did see him as a baby, right? And as we get older, we lose touch and we lose contact. But again, thanks for sharing your story, your family. We are family. We need to get together more. We need to, my daughter need to know her cousins. You know what I mean? So we doing better. We doing better. I hope you see I'm showing up. You know, I'm not waiting for nothing else to happen, you know what I'm saying, to realize what's important, to realize the people that's important, because God has removed so many things. But, you know, what stay constant is family and people. So let's do we got Tizzy in the building. Okay, so Donnie, what you don't know is when Twan first passed away, I did a tribute on the show. Normally I show up, but me and my producer, we kind of, I don't know, but I did a tribute on the show, and I had him up, and he did a song. Right, he came here to cook and he did a song. But what I'm telling you is, I love the song. I asked him to come back today while I had the moms in the studio. So I want him to perform this song in front of y'all. I got the video. I love it. I hope you guys enjoy it. You already sent the music, everything set up? All right, let's go. Yeah, so he gonna do this song for y'all. I really enjoyed the song. I hope you guys enjoyed the song as much as I did. I really, really did. So y'all, I'm letting it go a little bit of control. So you see Mike, that's my assistant. He behind the scenes, but he does a lot of the stuff that you guys are seeing, you know, on my page. He's taking the rings and he's helping me out a lot. So I'm trying to let go of control. So you already sent the music in, and Tizzy, you need to get on stage and waiting for the mic. So I love the song. I hope you guys enjoy it. I asked him to come back just because I love the song so much. And thank you guys on Facebook. I see you guys showing up for me, sending me your heart, sending your love. Thank you. Yeah, you can go straight. You can keep me on the clip. However you want to do it.
Testing. Okay.
I love
Make sure y'all follow me at BIGGTIZZY. Mixtape coming, prayers, patience, and persistence. August
I'm
5th.
gonna show y'all the performance too, y'all. Y'all ain't gotta look at me the whole time.
This song is called The Other Side. Dedicated to anybody that ever lost somebody. Rest in peace, Lil Chris. Man, 100 grand. Early disease by Mr. D. Nah, for real.
I told my nigga I'ma see him on the other side, but I ain't really in no rush to see the other side. I think about you when I see you, when I close my eyes. Ain't supposed to question God, I can't help but wonder why. I told my nigga I'ma see him on the other side, but I ain't really in no rush to see the other side. I think about you when I see you, when I close my eyes. Ain't supposed to question God, I can't help but wonder why. Don't ask me if I'm okay, you can see that I'm hurting. Nigga caught up on my dog and started putting that work in. Y'all nigga getting money, trying to figure his purpose. Make me wonder if this street shit really be worth it. We came in this bitch as plus, but together we grew as men. My nigga for life, I'm fucking with you to the end. Be careful what you saying when you speaking on my brother. That's my motherfucking nigga and I motherfucking love him. We was together when we jumped off the porch. I was Easter egg hunting when you start being poor. Was a high-headed nigga, quick to bust a nigga head up. You was laid back, only fault if you was fed up. Fucked hoes, bought clothes, then fucked up and got back. Made money for a laugh, nobody could stop that. I eat, he eat, if I got it, he does too. I ain't lend you shit, I gave it to you cause I love you. I told my nigga I'ma see him on the other side.
Hey, could you turn it up, son?
I ain't really in a rush to see the other side. I think about you when I see you, when I close my eyes. Ain't supposed to question God, I can't help but wonder why. What it is, what it ain't, what it be, my nigga. On the real, this ain't how it's supposed to be, my nigga. Rolled out, all we got is memories, my nigga. You left your mom, you left your kid, you left me, my nigga. I can't say it enough, I miss you so much. I'ma see you when I get there, I just ain't in a rush. Sometimes I sit in my room, think about the times that we had. I'm just happy I can say that wasn't none of them bad. Grew up playing some sports, now we going to court. Then we beat up the block and wasn't taking no shorts. You my nigga, and that ain't gonna change. And if a nigga play with you, I'ma bust his brain. Told my nigga I'ma see him on the other side. I ain't really in no rush to see the other side. I think about you when I see you when I close my eyes. Ain't supposed to question God, I can't help but wonder why. I told my nigga I'ma see him on the other side. I ain't really in no rush to see the other side. I think about you when I see you when I close my eyes. Ain't supposed to question God, I can't help but wonder why. Hey, this for Miko, this for what and Matt Payne, my nigga. This for Man, Ray, and Kyrie, my nigga. This for Stan, this for Dozzy, this for Cheese, my nigga. And you can't spell real without the E, my nigga. This for J-Mo, Lil Chris, and AJP, my nigga. This for Diddy, this for Thorn, hey, rest in peace, my niggas. The North Face go, my nigga. Stu, hey, what it do, my nigga. And if you ever lost somebody, this for you, my nigga.
And that song is actually on iTunes right now. Big Tizzy, The Other Side.
Thank you. Did y'all like it? I like that song. I hate to get him to come back to performing for you guys. Sean, I'm gonna put you on the spot real quick. Yeah, come up here real quick and tell people about Murder Free real quick. And some of the things. Do you? He can sit right there. Just move. I set it up for 3 people. You can stay right there, and then just. Thank you, Tizzy. I love it. I saw you over there bopping your head like, oh yeah, that thing is hot. So anyway, yeah. In the studio with Murder Free, he's doing so many great things. His organization is doing, because a lot of times we start these organizations, it's not ours, it's the people's. So I want to be clear on that. And he's doing a lot of great things for the people, a lot of great things in the community. Do you have anything coming up?
Yeah, we got a few events coming up. We got another community event in Oak Park. For the family to come out and have another game day awareness. We're gonna do a peace float from Northwest all the way to Southeast. We got a couple other things we're making too.
I had some great footage of the ride that you guys did for Davon.
Oh yeah, okay.
And I shared that on my page. So guys, I wanted to get him here. I knew I was bringing you guys in the studio as far as the moms, and I wanted to put you guys in contact with organizations that can help you guys get through your grief. And if you want to do something, a lot of times when this stuff happens, like you said in your interview, you want to do something. You want to help other moms, and that is so important. So I think for me, this is just the beginning for me, bringing you guys together. It won't always be in this form, but it's our job as, this shouldn't even be the norm. This is not even something we should be planning to do. We should not be planning to do this. We should not be talking about, bringing moms together that's lost their kids to gun violence. But this is something that we do.
But I think we plan on something like that too, because I think that's what they need to hear. Like our community, they only just, kill someone. You hurt the whole family. And I think the moms and the family need to come out, start doing events, and show them, all together as one. Because some gotta give. These guys out here thinking they just killing somebody. You hurting the whole family. You messing the whole generation up. So I think I think we should start getting together more like this and do more talks like this.
And the bigger picture is how it affects the whole circle of everything that's happening. You don't just kill somebody and, either karma don't happen or you don't go to jail for the rest of your life. So it's just like, really, what can be something that we put in place now? You know what I'm saying? To put the guns down. How do we call on the communities? We are going to bring the moms together. Me and Sean's been talking about doing more things together, as a, partnering with our foundations. Mine is Busy Being Beautiful, so it's all about the women and all about bringing us together. So, I think, the men are kind of dominant out here doing their thing, but it's room for us too. It's just like, we
need the sisters. We need
we're going to definitely partner up and do some things, but this is only the beginning for us. I don't want to just have you on, tell your story, and go away. One thing about me is about networking, is about marketing, is about building relationships. So this is just the beginning, and I'm so excited that you guys gave me your time today and shared your story. It wasn't the easiest thing to do and relay.
I want to give my condolences out to both of you.
Thank you. Yeah. So, guys, woo. So we definitely at the end of the show. We coming up to the end of the show. Look, I got Mike in the back. He want me to make sure I give a tribute to John Lewis, the son of sharecroppers who survived a brutal beating by police during the landmark. You saw? Yeah, so y'all, if y'all, one thing about Buzy With B, I really don't watch a lot of news. Like,
I never watched the news.
It's just really depressing and really sad. We need to create our good news. We need to be able to create great things from our community, guys. We got to take our streets back. So shout out to everybody that came and joined me in the studio today. Murder Free always showing up for me. I appreciate it. He got his cameraman in the back doing his thing. I'm going to get his information. I'm going to borrow him sometimes, if you don't mind. But, Tizzy, thank you. Thank you so much. Tawanda, thank you so much for sharing your memories with me, sharing your story. Thank you so much for sharing your story, Donese. I mean, you're not going nowhere. We family. Mike, I appreciate everything you do behind the scenes to continue to help me be great. I appreciate you. And, each and every Monday, right here, Listen Vision Live Studios, guys. Next week it's going to be a little lighter. It's going to be fun. I want to try to do my community thing one more time because I got rained out last time. I was out there putting the tent up and got the food on the grill and stuff like that. So I'm going to have some giveaways and all that good stuff. But I'll let you guys know, pay attention to the Instagram and all that good stuff. Murder Free, easy to find, but tell them where they can find you.
Oh, Murder Free DC on Instagram, Facebook Live, murderfreedc.com.
Y'all, he try to be shy, right? But I always make him come up on the camera. He always trying to be shy.
I just like to put the work in,
Yeah, but guys, if you don't know, guys, go follow me on my YouTube channel. Everything is Buzy With B. So Buzy. Yeah, that's how you spell busy, okay? So everything is Buzy With B on my Instagram, Facebook. If you put it in Google search, you will find me. But I appreciate all your continuous support. And guys, like I said, meet me here each and every Monday. Thank you so much. Peace. With B, getting busy with me. I'm too busy being beautiful, loving and free.
Getting busy with B, getting busy with B. She's too busy being beautiful, it's busy to be.